love. Fan the flames of love. Fan the flames of love. Fill us with your desire. Fan the flames of love. Set our hearts on fire. Fan the flames of love. Fill us with your desire. Fan the flames of love. Set our hearts on fire.
Yeah, Fan the Flames. That's Open Sky on GGRB Online, new emerging artist. And of course, we play a lot of the new emerging artists all the time from places like SoundClick, SoundCloud, which is a two emerging sites that I use. Also, Reverb Nation. And we got some good music here. And we're from the Church of Christ Broadcast Studios in Studio B, just on the other side of town here. And bring you the best of music, whether on the fives. And we'll talk a little bit. So let's see if there's anybody out there who might be listening to the program from our studio location. Sorry about that last broadcast. It looks like I was sharing the program on my various sites, parts of my site there, and apparently it caused my broadcast to stop, which is kind of weird. So I had to kind of go back in and do it again. Can't make out the reason why it did that. Just go figure. But we got it back up again, so sorry about that. Just sudden interruptions. But there you go. Let's see. We had a great week in broadcasting so far. We were on the air Tuesday with our Twin Spin Tuesday of the Gary J in the Morning Show, Christian Rock. And then yesterday we did the Gary Wrestling program, my talk program, the Gary Wrestling program, midweek edition, and getting some hits on it. Want to thank Ed Delgado for listening yesterday, the Caramel Conservative, who you can hear each and every Tuesday night right here on Spreaker at 8 o'clock p.m. Tuesday nights. Actually heard every Tuesday night, but he does various podcasts throughout the week, either here on Spreaker, or he also has a YouTube channel like I do. I got the GJRB TV YouTube channel, and a lot of times I will post this program on there and other GJRB programs as well in just audio, but I also have a visual show, the Gary Wrestling program on YouTube, which is my video version, and I'll be working on another show coming up real soon. I've got some more plans on getting some more footage and different videos and stuff like that, and playing some more that on there, so watch for that. But just don't know the sudden end to that last stream when I was sharing the podcast. Go figure why the heck that quit. That was pretty bizarre. Don't know why it did that, but we'll find out. Apparently something went afoot. Let's see, we have different things we're going to talk about today. We got weather on the fives, we got sports page, talking yesterday about the Steelers, thinking and contemplating on signing up Colin Kaepernick. Why would they do that? I mean, he's not going to save the Steelers from anything, other than the fact that he wants to spread his political stuff down our throat. Yeah, they want to do that. They want to consider signing Colin Kaepernick, and I think that would ruin the Pittsburgh Steelers. Seriously. It just wouldn't be a good idea. Got some more good stuff coming up. We got some great Christian rock nonstop all day long here on GGRB Online. Not all day long. I'm going to be on the air today for just a little while. And then I got to finish some stuff up tonight, because tomorrow we'll be back on the air, back at our North End studios. It's a rebroadcast. encore presentation of the last 7 days, and way out there from July 19th. Back on that day, we had a pretty good show, and we're going to rebroadcast that one. And then Saturday, get a hold of my friend Ben Osman from Pittsburgh and see if we can get him back on as a guest. He always had a good show when he's on, and talk about things going on in the news, especially since a congressman or a political guy in Pittsburgh, a guy in the Pittsburgh area, a lawmaker at that, a lawmaker, imagine this, was found with child pornography on his computer. And imagine that. So we're going to continue talking about that, and a whole lot more. So we're going to keep it going here in the morning. The best in music, and don't have that many songs on this playlist. Just kind of building it right now. Don't have very much on here what I've already played, but I'm looking for other stuff here. I'm trying to find a YouTube converter, so I'm looking for that. So I might be playing various things today, and maybe we'll even have a guest in the studio walk in. Who knows? Things happen at this Church of Christ Studios. By the way, if you want to find our program and you want to find our show, and you want to find out all the podcasts that I promote on this radio station, all you got to do is just drop into my Spreaker public site here. That's www.spreaker.com/user/5120525, or get in my Twitter page. I am the Radio Maniac. You'll see the antique radio emblem with the GJRB online on top. You'll see the widget pop up when you click that play button, and that's the player. And when you hit the comic book icon there, it'll take you right into my site, where you get right into my chat room. And you can say hi to me that way. And also, you can look at all the Spreaker followers that also have podcasts on here. Mike Myers and the Radio Hope Network from Boone, Iowa. Great program. Every morning, 7 mornings a week, 7 a.m. It used to be on 7 a.m. on Sunday. I quit that. But he's on 8 o'clock in the morning, Monday through Sunday. 7 a.m. in the morning, 8 a.m. in the morning rather, 7 o'clock Mountain Time, and 6 o'clock a.m. Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern, right here on Spreaker. And boy, it's starting to pour down rain here at the Studio B. Yep, it is coming down real good. There was a chance of thunderstorms predicted for today. We'll do Weather on the 5s coming up in just a little bit here on Spreaker. On GJRB Online right now, this is Cross-Eyed and Believe. On Gary J. The Morning Show. Getting some good solid rock in there.
Stop and stare at love.
Oh, rocking it there. Group called Cross-Eyed on GJRB Online with so-called Believe. Gary J. Russell with you on GJRB Online, broadcasting from our studio location, New Studio B at the Church of Christ Studios here in Clinton, Iowa. And we got some great Christian rock here for you on our GJRB Online show. On a Thursday morning across America and listening in various parts of the country. I'd love to drop in. I posted on my 3 group sites just about 20 minutes ago. Knocked me off the air for some stupid reason. Don't know why that happened. But you'll see the postings if you follow me on Facebook, if you're in all the groups. Also, you can go over to my Spreaker public site and see the show streaming there. Facebook, over on Twitter, we're on live as well. And taking the show on various different platforms to see if we get responses. And along with that, we'll play some more great music and do Weather on the Fives, which is something we do, Weather on the Fives, where we weather on music shows 25 and 45, in all talk shows 25 and 55, we give you Weather on the Fives right here on GJRB Online, and give you a complete rundown of the weather forecast in different parts of the country. And do that just because this is a national program, and I like to give you national weather whenever I can. So I bring you the Weather on the Fives, and my Weather on the Fives theme is not here with me right now because I'm in the Studio B on Clinton's at the Clinton Church of Christ here, and so when that happens, I don't get I don't have my weather sounder, which I should have grabbed and put on my port, and so that I could play it here. But unfortunately, my brain doesn't tell me to do that. I lose it, so oh well. Anyway, let's take a look anyway. A slow-moving tropical depression, Imelda, is producing some heavy rain and flooding across the southeastern Texas and southwestern Louisiana through late this week. There'll be some isolated areas where we'll be receiving more than 25 inches of rain, and flash flood watches are in effect, including places including Houston. Active storms in the west will keep fire weather conditions bad in the Great Basin. And we'll take a look at some of those temperatures and national temperatures coming up a little later on here. Weather on the Fives, 25 and 45 minutes past the hour on all music shows, 25 and 55 talk shows, or any time in the hour that ends in 5, 15, 25, 35, 45, or 55 minutes past the hour right here on GJRB Online. And the Gary J. in the Morning Show live on location in our second studio, which I'm trying to build things up over here. I got more at the other studio than I do over here, but I'm working on that. It takes a little time, but we're getting there. Unfortunately, it takes a lot of practice in getting that done. And every once in a while, I guess I'm just going to have to MP4. Why have MP4 there? That's not what I wanted. There was an error. Okay, let me see if I can fix that. Go back to that page. Go into history. I usually do it that way. Let me see here. Let's go back into there and get back into that page. Where's my history? I usually go into history and find it. It's always easier to find things. You go into history. That's one of my favorite parts of here. And find back the page. Let me see if I can go back into history here. Okay, YouTube converter. Okay, it's not it. Where's that last one I had up there? Download. Okay, let me check. That's the page I was after. Yeah. Okay, I'm going to hit a favorites button on that. Of course, I used to use that before, and unfortunately, it never came up. Let me see if I have that favorites bar. Okay, let me see here. Favorites bar. Click that puppy. See if we can get here. Okay. I don't know if that did what I wanted it to do or not, but we'll find out. Add to favorites. Okay, that's what I wanted to do. Alright, perfect. Alrighty, so let's try that again. Okay, that'd be a smart thing to do. Okay, I'm gonna copy. Yeah, we'll do this here real quick. Copy. Go back into the other page and paste it. Yeah. And then change this to MP3, which I wanted to do in the first place. And it still won't let me do it, so I can't do it here. Alright, well, just gonna have to see if I can get that song later on in the show. I had that on a disc once, unfortunately a long, long time ago. And I'm going to check and see if I can convert it on another site. So, let me see what we can do here to make this more interesting. Since I ran out of songs and I didn't get any more on my driver, I'm going to do something a little different here this morning. Let me see, MP3 downloader. I was going to try another site. Okay, that's the same one. Okay, that's interesting. So, let's see. Why don't we try this one? See if that'll work. Okay, maybe that'll work. Because sometimes one site will work and another will. Looks like you short that. Okay. Okay, so it must take a while for that to load. Okay. Okay, let me see here. Continue. What does it say? Start download. 3 steps video. Converting it. Continue. Okay. Click add extension. Okay, this is a more complicated way of doing things. Okay. Okay.
You're almost done. Click run below to get started.
Okay, I don't want to. Thank you. Okay, I'm going to try something later on. Okay, you're listening to GJRB Online, and we're going to try to find that other converter that I usually use at the home studios, but apparently can't seem to find it here. So I might end up recycling some of my songs and try something different. Okay, tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to do some talking here. If anybody's out there in GJRB land, love to hear from you. This is GJRB Online on Spreaker. We've been on the air since 2012. First studio is located on the other end of town, and moved a couple of times since we started this thing. And our main studio is on Clinton's North End, just above the Lions Shopping District. And I have a second studio here, which we just started. And this is fabulous because I can do so much more on here. And it's too bad I didn't bring my wire that I can plug the music in through this. But then I don't trust this tablet too much because it has a tendency to go slow and or go out on me, and it would unfortunately be during a song. Okay, lovely. Let's see. Thought maybe I had something else here that I haven't played yet. Oh, looks like I think I outplayed them all. So I might do. Yeah, I got about 20 minutes left, and in this segment. So we'll do a little bit of program announcements. Sounds like fun to me. GJRB Online on the air today, again tomorrow. Not sure about Sunday yet. I don't know if we're going to be broadcasting Sunday. I've got some things to do Sunday. Then Monday, we're going to be off the air. I've got some stuff to line up for programming next week. And so I'm working on that one, working on my last 7 days way out there and stuff like that. Way out there, I got a new show I'm working on right now. And radio, television, and movie classics, I got another show working on right now that I'm producing and writing, including the TV guide pages from 1966. Got some cartoon lineups and some really classic TV stuff. And Americana, which was and is no more. So that's pretty cool. That is always great trivia, which I play on that show. It's a radio land, and it's a great program. Classic radio shows. We got that coming up too. I'm working on. I got a detective show. I think one of them I believe was. Let me see here. What detective show did I have there? From the golden days of radio. I have plans on Boston Blackie, which is a great radio program in the days of radio. So this is some of the shows coming up. So I hope you'll stay tuned for those. You're listening to Gary J in the Morning from the Church of Christ Studios in Clinton's North End on the GJRB Online Network.
You hear great jazz on GJRB with the best of jazz, up-and-coming jazz, and smooth afternoon. If you can't get enough of jazz and you live in the Quad Cities area, tune in to KALA, St. Ambrose University in Davenport, Iowa, at 88.5 on the FM dial. Along with some of that great smooth jazz, you'll hear a lot of great jazz programming and programming in other great music formats like blues, urban, including rap, also classic R&B and Motown with David Baker on Rewind Friday nights at 6 p.m. Central. In addition, you get programming in Spanish and some great gospel programming too. For more information on that great programming you'll hear, check out their schedule at www.sau.edu/KALA. Even if you don't live in the Quad Cities area, you can enjoy KALA anywhere in the world with their internet stream. Connect with KALA. Listen and enjoy. Recently, the owner of Facebook had to face Congress over personal information on Facebook users. In addition, users were saying that their postings were being deleted. Getting sick and tired of your censorship and your data being used without your permission? Do something about it now. Come to MeWe, the internet social site that values your freedom. No more deleted postings. Make a step to freedom. Sign up today. It's easy. Go to www.MeWe.com. That's MEWE. MeWe, the internet's free speech social site. America's Street Music is back on GJRB Bluegrass with the Grassgolds, Bill Monroe and his Bluegrass Boys, and so much more. So it's time to bring it back, and on more often. It's Bluegrass Jubilee Freestyle with all the great songs you heard before and some new up-and-coming stars with some emerging bluegrass. Also, some all-time gospel favorites too. On GJRB. Whether it's baseball, basketball, hockey, even bowling, it's covered on Gary J's sports page. I'll talk about what's going on in the world of sports all over the USA. We'll read you interesting articles about the players and even keep up with the scores of the games going on live. I'll even have guests from time to time and just talk sports. Better than any newspaper page, it comes alive. Gary J's sports page. Join me for Sports Page at a brand new time, alternating Saturdays at noon on GJRB.
And I have another sports page coming up. It's going to be a while. I'm working on another edition. Sports page I'm working on also, I need to fix those promos because a lot of the programs that I mentioned are all going back in their original time slots. A few of the programs left over, I'm working on wrangling a few into a pretty neat radio schedule which will be working real nice. But right now we're going to stay spontaneous through the rest of this year and in pretty much into 2020 to again establish a time slot for a lot of programs to see how they work in different time slots. Next week, I'm thinking about doing the Gary Russin program in the evening on a Wednesday night. I did one of those once before. Excuse me. And I did an evening edition of the show, and see, maybe perhaps with the help of Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative, maybe promoting that show for a following night, kind of feed off his popularity, so to speak, and maybe I can promote my show through his show and say that I'm going to be on the next night at 8 o'clock Central Daylight. And I'll do like he does, because he doesn't always start on time. It's pretty much what he does. He doesn't always start his program on time. He'll start at maybe 10, 15 after the hour. It doesn't always happen where he's going to be right on time, but I'm going to do the same thing on a Tuesday night. I'm not going to worry too much about it. We're going to try this. This will be not a Tuesday night, but a Wednesday night. So the night after Ed Delgado's on, we'll do a Gary Russin program evening edition, alternating Wednesdays with the Gary Russin program midweek edition, which we did yesterday. And then returning to our airwaves in October is going to be the Blues House, Bluegrass Jubilee, and a return, and also the start of our classic country, which I started. I did a classic country. Now I'm going to repeat that show to launch the program. And when I usually do that is, I do one episode of a program, and then it goes by the wayside for a little bit. And then what I have to end up doing is seeing if I can do an alternating show, try to see if I can make this show work somehow by rescheduling and different time slots to see if we can get listeners that way. So I'm going to see what happens with Ed Delgado. The Caramel Conservative heard every Tuesday night right here on Spreaker, 8 o'clock p.m. Central Daylight Time, 6 o'clock Pacific, 9 o'clock Eastern. That's right here on Spreaker. And you can follow Ed Delgado. You can find his program, The Caramel Conservative, by going into the GJRB Spreaker public site, by just going to Spreaker.com and typing in GJRB online, or going into my Radio Maniac Twitter page, and you'll see the widget pop up where this broadcast is coming from, and that'll take you right into my chat room. Just go into the followers. You'll see Ed Delgado, Caramel Conservatives, has an on-air, really nice graphic there. It's an on-air light with a console in front of it, and it's got where his show is heard on. He's heard on Spotify, I think Apple or Google podcast. He's on various podcast platforms, and you can check out his show, and it's pretty cool. He does a lot of good stuff. I like to listen to his program, and he is fabulous. So I listen to the Caramel Conservative program every Tuesday night here on Spreaker. And of course, like I said before, he does various podcasts throughout the week, so you can't miss it. And he also has he also just started up I know he just recently cranked up a YouTube channel, so you can also catch it there as well. And he puts on a good show. I like to listen to his program. He brings the point across on a lot of things. So you'll have to check that out. That is Ed Delgado, the Caramel Conservative, right here on Spreaker. Alright, I'm going to do something here. I'm going to try getting this downloaded. And usually I have to check and see if I can see. I'm not getting anywhere with this. So I ran out of tunes, and so I'm going to have to go to another site and pull up some more songs that I have on the on my site. Too bad I didn't bring my cord from my tablet, and I could have plugged it into the console and played it through there. Because I just plain run out of songs. And that's a bummer. Let me see if I can, I don't remember my SoundClick password or nothing. I didn't bring my password book today, which didn't help matters much. So, I got what I've got here as far as that's concerned. So I'm going to probably take a brief break here for a little bit and see if I can find a way to get some music in here and get some more songs put on. So I'm going to work on that. Again, I will probably take a brief break here a little bit and see if I can get some more songs and do part 2 of our show. But we've been on for well over 36 minutes. So I'm going to probably do is take a promo break and, cut out here and return with some more music and see if I can find ways of getting some music here, because I just played out every song I have on here and I have no more, and there's no way of getting any songs. So I'm going to have to play around and try to find the site that I'm looking for. So I'm going to go off the air for a little bit, but I will be back in just a little while. This is the GJRB Online Network. This is Gary J in the Morning from the Church of Christ Studios on Clinton's northwest corner. And we'll be right back with more in just a moment on the GJRB Online Network. Thanks for listening.
This is the GJRB Online Network.